How important is this relationship?
The relationship between Israel and Ethiopia is very unique.
Ethiopia is now opening up like never before.
And these are encouraging the investors to come and invest here in Ethiopia.
Here in the capital where we are right now.
I think many countries will learn from Ethiopian Addis Ababa project programs.
In what ways will Israel support Ethiopia's effort to digitalize its economy, to digitalize its progress towards the future?
This delegation has really played a vital role on this field.
And that has its root in tourism.
Both countries, they have very ancient, historical, religious, cultural foundations.
What is your reaction, Ambassador?
Well, the reaction is it's very good.
How can these two countries work together to get this maximum advantage from the agricultural sector?
When I received this position, I take it as an historical opportunity for me.
How great is that renovation work for Israeli communities?
When they take annual leave from their workplaces, they are not going to Europe or America. They are all coming to Ethiopia because they wanted to enjoy, to go to Gondar, to go to Bahar Dar, where they grew up.
Hello and welcome everyone. Ethiopia and Israel have long-standing relationship. If we take the biblical account, it goes back to the time of King Solomon and Queen Sheba. If we take historical accounts, starting from 1948, Ethiopia and Israel have relationship. The relationship is deeply rooted in history, culture, religion, and strong ties between their people. How is this relationship evolving over time to benefit the citizens of the two countries? My guest today is Israel's ambassador to Ethiopia, Dr. Avraham Nigussie. You are watching Diplomat's Window from Amico English. I am Yohannes Lijalem. Stay tuned. Ambassador, thank you for taking your time to talk to us.
You're welcome to the Israeli Embassy, and thank you for coming.
Ethiopia and Israel have this long-standing relationship, and how important is this relationship?
Well, the relationship between Israel and Ethiopia is very unique and deep-rooted from the biblical time. And this relationship is very strong, people to people, as well as government to government. So this relationship is very unique because, as I said, it is rooted in the ancient time, more than 3,000 years of relationship. Second, the relationship is very effective. The uniqueness of the relationship between the two countries and the two peoples is there are significant and very important pillars. One is the existence of the Jewish community for centuries here in Ethiopia, and the coexistence of the Jewish community for centuries with Christian population and with Muslim population. And this community really is really very significant. And as we read in the history of Ethiopia, until the 4th century, Judaism was a practical religion on the northern part of Ethiopia. And that tradition is still, we see it in the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. And the second pillar is Ethiopian Orthodox Church has an asset, property in Israel. Ethiopia is the only African country who has ancient, linked, rooted relationship and properties in Israel. There are 7 churches and monasteries who are, until today, the many Christian population from Ethiopia is doing visit to Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Nazareth, and other holy cities because of the existence of these churches and monasteries. So these are the pillars what makes unique the relationship between. No other African country, even European countries, they have this kind of relationship.
So this is a marvelous relationship that is deeply rooted in religion, history, culture, because Israel, as we know, in Ethiopia, we have the 3 Abrahamic religions that are practiced in Ethiopia: Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. So that is a great starting point to begin our interview. When it comes to modern day Israel, there are notable achievements that your country managed to achieve. One area is agriculture. So Ethiopia, under the leadership of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, is trying to unleash its potential when it comes to agriculture. So how can these 2 countries work together to get this maximum advantage from the agricultural sector?
The relationship, of course, is not only historical, practical also. Even during the Emperor Haile Selassie time, that Israel has built and helped a lot here, and Ethiopia also helped Israel. So the mutual interest between the 2 countries is very potential, and I think we are really doing it now in a modern time. When we see the modern relationship, the Ethiopian Jewish community, which is one of the living bridge between the 2 countries, is now today in Israel 180,000. The Ethiopian Jewish community, which is my community. And the existence of this community in Israel really make it even stronger. Why? Because the Ethiopian Jewish community, they come here and increased the tourism relationship, because they come here to visit their origin places and villages and where they grow up and all. And also they come as a business people. They come here, build organizations, companies, joint ventures with Israeli business people together. This is one thing. And the other aspect is, of course, is as you said, the modern technology, bringing the Israeli technology to Ethiopia. Ethiopia is blessed in natural resources. Ethiopia has good fertile land, water, climate, and human power, manpower. Israel, as a startup nation, has experienced of blooming and greening the desert, because Israel is a desert, most of the land.
Very water scarcity.
Yes, but Israel used modern technology and making that desert to green. So if we bring the Israeli technology and meet with the Ethiopian fertile land, then we can produce a lot to alleviate hunger and to make Ethiopia one of the economic leaders in the continent of Africa. And this is happening. So there are many companies today in Ethiopia, many Israeli companies, at least 122 companies I know. They are working here in Ethiopia in different fields. Agriculture is the main field. Yeah. Health, mining, trading, aviation, education, innovation and technology, cyber technology. All these are in these areas. These 122 companies are really working here. As you know, avocado was the main popular in Ethiopia today. Yeah. It was an Israeli technology which make it today Ethiopia is becoming one of the European exporter avocado. If we take the Bahar Dar area, it used to be very good avocado production in Tigray, in Shoa, in Debra Brahan area. Go to the southern part, Bishoftu and Debra Zeit area, Butajra in the Gurage zone, Walaga, Walaita, Awasa area, and Holeta area. You can see the Israeli agriculture productions and the growing and fields in different apple, avocado, papaya, banana, and other things.
Yeah, so already the two countries are working on the field of agriculture. I would like to stress this point because now Ethiopia is launching a new initiative that is formerly the country was relied on rainy seasons, the rainy seasons time, and there was most Ethiopians would harvest just once a year. But now, under this new initiative, Summer Wheat Production Initiative, that was launched by the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, trying to make sure the country is independent when it comes to its own food production. So, in what ways can Israeli technologies help Ethiopia to unleash its potential when it comes to summer wheat cultivation practices in Ethiopia?
The Israeli technologies and then agriculture modern system using dripping irrigation system is really helping because you pull the water with renewable energy and use it as a dripping irrigation system is very important. You don't need to wait for a rain. That is one of a big change. And of course, we have to do a lot. This is not enough. We are working for that, and there are many companies who are coming here and exploring the possibilities of expanding their business activities, as we are working in three ways. One is government to government, what we call it G2G, and the second one is private investors, and the third one is non-governmental organizations. So the government to government, there are many projects who are working jointly with the two governments, as you said, the initiatives by the Prime Minister and other ministers. For example, mining is one of the significant economical development which Ethiopia has naturally resources, and an Israeli company in mining is working on the southern of Ethiopia by taking gold, and this is known. It's a very important and experienced Israeli company. And also in the agriculture area, as I told you, there are many projects that are making chigging fell. And yes, and you can go and see in the Bishoftu, Debra Zeit areas, there are different Israeli companies who are developing this. And in the health system is also, we have a very good cooperation in bringing Israeli technology and capacity building. Doctors are training in Israel and come back here, and Israeli doctors are coming here and doing training and capacity building, coming with modern technology. For example, in the cardiology area with Black Lion Hospital, in the pediatric area with the Alert Hospital, in the emergency and trauma treatment area is with Ekati 12 and Alert Hospital. Operation Ethiopia is in the field of eyes. In Mekelle Hospital, Desi Hospital, and Paulos Hospital and Minilik Hospital, jointly working with the Israeli expertise. And of course, Bahar Dar was a Shiva Hospital. So we have very good projects in the health area.
In the health sector, yeah.
Yeah. And in the innovation and technology area, Israeli government, this is G2G, government to government. Israeli government sent 4 experts this last November, and we have an innovation week here in Addis Ababa, coordinating with the Ministry of Innovation and Technology, and changing the Ethiopian economy to digital economy. And this delegation has really played a vital role on this field, on developing the AI and digital systems and ecosystems here. So we want to increase that, and the visiting of a delegation led by the foreign minister, His Excellency Dr. Gideon Timotheos, we had a very constructive, very productive meetings with Israeli ministers, which is very, very empowering and inspiring meetings. And last month, the Israeli Energy and Infrastructure Minister was here, visited here, and there is an agreement signed between the Ethiopian government and the Israeli government to develop the agriculture area, the irrigation, house and water management, and the renewable energy. And these areas are going in a very positive way, and we have to work hard in order to make it even expanded to all part of Ethiopia. And many non-governmental organizations are here, Israeli non-governmental organizations. To tell you, like Heroes of Life is a voluntary organization that they are working tremendous work in the education system and in the health system and other social areas. And there is an organization called Na'ala, is a very important organization that is working all over Ethiopia, in the 12 regions of Ethiopia, especially as a neglected diseases, and of going school to school and other areas where people are gathering, and then trying to give a health education, and being a community will be self-sufficient, coordinating with the Ministry of Health.
Ethiopia has been just opening up its market to foreign investment, and there is this macroeconomic reform that is going on in Ethiopia now, and the country is now opening up its market for international investors. And how is Israeli investors, private citizens, particularly the private sector in Israel, I know it's robust, so how can that sector take this opportunity?
Yes, Ethiopia now is going in the right direction on the economic development, because making a reform, the economical reforms, the macroeconomic reform, the banking system, and all the legal obstacles were being removed, encouraging many Israeli companies. This is some of the discussions has been discussed with Israeli investors and then representatives of huge Israeli companies when the foreign minister the delegation led by the foreign minister was in Israel, and discussed was a discussion making clear what Ethiopia is today, and the challenges are removed in these areas, in the transition areas, in the investment areas, and bringing in the import and export areas. And these are encouraging the investors to come and invest here in Ethiopia. It is very important these steps has been taken because they encourage many investors. This I heard from the investors that really interested to come and open.
Formerly untouchable sectors by the Ethiopian government, like the banking sector, telecommunications, these are now, Ethiopia is now opening up like never before. So when investors hear about such reforms taking place in this country, what is their reaction, Ambassador?
Well, the reaction is it's very good because when I come, I'm here just now. This is my 7th month, half a year. So I met many delegations came here, and then also before I came, I met some of the companies who used to work here in Ethiopia, and they told me that they have many challenges in many ways. And now these challenges are being removed.
The red tape.
Yes, because of the reform program. And now these companies, I go back and speak to them. I remember you mentioned to me these challenges. And now these challenges have been removed with this new economic reform policy. And they are very happy. They read about it, they follow about it in the media, and they are, some of them, they have already told me that they are coming back. And some of them, they're going to expand. They're going to duplicate it. For example, if they have here in the Debre Zeit area, they would like to duplicate it to the 12 regions of Ethiopia. And these are very important and encouraging and inspiring policies that the government has taken.
Another important point that I would like to mention here is digitalization process that Ethiopia is now launching. Under Sub-Saharan Africa, Ethiopia is now launching the largest college training program. So in what ways will Israel support Ethiopia's effort to digitalize its economy, to digitalize its progress towards the future?
Israel is ready to help and to share its experiences. You know, as I said earlier, Israel is 76 years old. And what makes Israel's economy great and strong is using the modern technology, the innovation, and the digital system. So that's why the Israeli government sent last November 4 experts on this area, just on this area, on the innovation, technology, digital ecosystem. And this delegation met with Ministry of Innovation and Technology and met with the Institution of Technology, the Addis Ababa University, and with the Central Bank of Ethiopia. And of course, you know, when we do development programs, projects on the agriculture area, on the health area, we are coordinating with international organizations such as UNDP, United Nations Development Program, UNECA, United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, and Bank Development for Africa, USAID. In all this, we are working together, coordinating with them, so we need their financial assistance on these areas. So these 4 experts who came here was also met with these organizations and shared experiences.
That countries are working on this area as well.
Yes, and of course, Ethiopian, in order to improve the capacity building, there are experts who are coming and giving course, and there are Ethiopians also going to Israel and went through training and come back here and expanding that capacity building in different universities.
We have seen marvelous change, of course. A lot of that is due to Israel's somewhat embracing technology, innovation. So that is the secret behind Israel's success, and we can learn a lot from that.
You are right. When I received this position, I take it as an historical opportunity for me, because as I grow up here and know the reality here, and being also in Israel for many years, knowing Israeli reality, and my dream is to bring Israeli experiences, technologies to Ethiopia and make the Ethiopian natural resources and the Israeli technology together will really make Ethiopia great and the leading economic country in Africa.
Yeah, that is marvelous. Another important area that I would like to mention is the tourism sector. In the beginning, in my introduction part, I talked about this strong ties between the peoples of the two countries, and that has its root in tourism. And Ethiopia in the past few years has given due attention to the tourism sector. The country has been somewhat launching new tourism destinations and renovating old ones. So in this area, how are these two countries going to work now and in the future?
Look, the two countries, they have very similar when you go to the tourism area. Yeah. Because both countries, they have very ancient, historical, religious, cultural foundations. The Ethiopian, when you go to the historical sites, the tourism sites Ethiopia has, the ancient Aksumite Empire, the Lalibela, the Gondar, and the Harar, and all these historical areas are very magnificent, and the Ethiopian natural hillside and the lowland and the mountains is beautiful. So the Israeli population, the Israeli visitors, tourism likes it very much. Secondly, Ethiopia is known by a good hospitality, giving a good hospitality for strangers. So Israeli likes it very much, Israelis. And when you come to Israel, Israel is the beginning, the source of the three main religion: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So so when you come to Israel, you see everything is connected to the biblical time. So that's why many tourism is coming to Israel. Ethiopia also, in addition, has, as I said, 7 churches and monasteries in Israel. So that makes it, and the existence of 180,000 Ethiopian Jews, the Beta Israel. Yeah. That makes it, our tourism is very strong because the Ethiopian Jews community, the Beta Israel, come to visit, and the Ethiopian church, Me'menan, or the believers, are going to pray in Jerusalem, in Golgotha, in Bethlehem, in Gethsemane, in Nazareth, in Jericho, in all these areas. So that makes unique the tourism. Tourism is also beyond the economical development. Tourism is very good to strengthen the people-to-people relationship, knowing each other, the new generations, in Israel and the new generations in Ethiopia has to know each other. That we do it by increasing historical, cultural relationship. And for this, the Ethiopian Airlines is playing a vital role because the aviation relationship is very strong. The Ethiopian Airlines is flying to Israel direct from Bole to Tel Aviv 3 times a day.
3 times a day?
Yes, they fly there full of visitors. And this is very important. And then we just finished in the Ethiopian Airlines and the Israeli industry, aircraft industry, is just finished a very important aerospace project, changing the traveling planes, the passengers planes, to cargo, because that is empowering our trade relationship. Ethiopia is importing from Israel technology products, and Israel imports Ethiopian products of teff, coffee, and oil seeds like sesame, or in Amharic sumsum. Okay. So these are Israel is exported a lot. Israel is number 1 in exporting teff because of the Ethiopian Israelis are living there, and coffee, of course. So these are areas which makes it very strong in our modern time.
Is your embassy updating Israeli citizens about the ongoing tourism sector renovation workers and the launching of new tourist destinations as well?
Yes, as you know, today the technology is playing very important work, playing a vital role on strengthening diplomacy also, and economic relationship, because everything what's decided here is the Israeli population knows it through the media, and we also do through our communication lines. We have in Ethiopia, in Israel, we have Amharic broadcasting radio program and television program, and above all, you have this social media. So we are really using the Hebrew media and the English media, and the Amharic media is explaining what is a present situation in Ethiopia, focusing on the economic development programs, on the macroeconomic reforms, the banking system. You know, the banking system is creating competition and then allowing the foreign banks to come and open here in Ethiopia, is really encouraging investors. So all these informations are explained in the media area, as well as also, as I mentioned earlier, we have high-level visits by leaders of the countries. Israeli ministers are coming here and visiting and meet with Ethiopian ministers here, and the Ethiopian ministers are visiting Israel and exchanging, in addition to the media, and also face-to-face discussions and designing strategies.
Gondar, in the past few years and in the past few months, have been undergoing renovation work, including the Faisal Castle. So how great is that renovation work for Israeli communities to come and spend their time in Gondar?
I tell you, the Ethiopian Israelis, the Beta Israel, who lives in Israel, are in their annual leave, the holiday times, or when they take annual leave from their workplaces, They are not going to Europe or America. They're all coming to Ethiopia because they wanted to enjoy, to go to Gondar, to go to Bahar Dar, where they grew up, that area. You know, the majority of the community came from Gondar area. So like to go to Lake Tana, go to Semen Mountain, and visiting the Fasilides Gimp castle, and enjoying the Gondar music, skista, and other traditional food, drinking, and all this situation is they come and enjoy it, and they also visit the community. Their grandparents, their great-grandparents, all buried there in Gondar area. So they come and visit the cemeteries, the Jewish cemeteries, and they visit friends that they grow up together. So the community, I mean, it's 180,000 Ethiopian origin lives in Israel, are there. They come to visit, they come to do investment here, and also working with non-governmental organizations because they know the language, they know the culture, so they come and help. So that makes it very unique and strong, our relationship.
Here in the capital, where we are right now, in Addis, and the city is undergoing massive renovation workers, corridor development workers, making sure the city is comfortable for its residents and also foreign investors, visitors. So how is Israel citizens come and invest in the city, in the capital like this? And also, what's your take on the development projects that are undertaking in the city?
Oh, first of all, Addis Ababa is changed. Addis Ababa is really changed in its development program. You can see that what is going on, the roads are very wider, and many constructions is going on. So it's a beautiful city. It is like its name, Addis Ababa. It is very beautiful. And then also, for many Israelis, it is a transition center. Addis Ababa is a center of Africa in all aspects. The diplomatic community is here, the African Union is here, the international organization representatives are here, like the IMF, like the World Bank and the UN and other international organizations are here, and the Ethiopian Airlines is the best airlines in Africa, and so Israelis who go to the Far East, they come here and visit Addis Ababa, and then they proceed their ways, and even to other African countries, the transition is here in Addis Ababa. So Addis Ababa is very beautiful city. I like it very much. It is very changed. It is a program, a development program, is a very role model for other countries. I think many countries will learn from from Ethiopian Addis Ababa project programs, development programs. It is very good. We have to work more, we have to work hard, but it is going to be one of the best and beautiful cities in the world.
Ambassador, we have talked in the beginning that Ethiopia and Israeli relationship, if we take it from the biblical times or biblical accounts, it dates back to the time of King Solomon and Queen Sheba, and in recent years as well. So what do you envision about the future relationship of the two countries to benefit the current generation?
Having our ancient relationship is very pride for the two nations, for Ethiopian and for Israelis. The connection of the two countries in the biblical time is the Jewish nation and the Ethiopian nation is a very tight and mutual relationship. These very significant and deep-rooted relationship has to be explained by practical economic development relationship. Sure. This is how I see it. And this is what we are working now. Bringing Israeli experience and technology and helping these, there is a very huge potential in the future. From the present to the future, we can see huge opportunities, potential that we can make really a difference. And I'm telling you, this is mutual, not only for Ethiopia, for Israel also, I see. Why we need to go to import other agricultural products in Europe or other countries? The flight is just 4 hours maximum. 4 hours. 4 hours flight. So why not developing agriculture here in Ethiopia and import it to Israel? So this is a very good economical benefit also for Israel as well as for Ethiopia. So this is a kind of opportunities that I see for the future. In the innovation technology area, we have a huge potential opportunities because Israel, as you know, lives in a very difficult neighborhood. Our neighbors, it's always a conflict areas. So Israel is using technology to defend its borders, its areas. And we can share all in this area also. And education. Education is a very important factor to develop any society. And mutual research institutions. Addis Ababa University with Jerusalem University and the Israeli universities and the Ethiopian universities having jointly research programs will also increase our advancement in all aspects, and in health, in agriculture and mining and other water management, desalination, and all these programs can be improved by joint research centers, research programs, like we have now in different health research programs together, and in the climate research programs, and in the water management programs. So we have to expand that. And these are the future opportunities that we can do it in all aspects.
Dr. Avraham Nigussie, Israel's ambassador to Ethiopia, thank you for taking your time to talk to us, and also the warm welcome you accorded to us here in your embassy.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate that you're coming to our embassy and having this important dialogue. Thank you very much.
Dear viewers, you have been watching Diplomat's Window from Amico English. Thank you for taking your time and staying with us.